Well, good evening, everyone. This is Rod Davison streaming from you from Fresno, California. Tonight we're going to be talking about some time management. And my partner, Paul, he's rebooting his computer. He's having some technical difficulties. He's not back in Vegas yet. He's actually in, I don't know, someplace in Arizona at a McDonald's trying to grab some Wi-Fi. So hopefully he'll be back on here in just a second. But tonight we wanted to talk about some time management for your business. So I know, really a lot of times whenever, we've always been trained to, show up to work at a certain time, take a break, at a certain time, go to lunch at a certain time, all those different sorts of things. And, once you start in a home business, it's really, really easy to, lose those, basically lose those skills, and it's really easy to get sidetracked. And, we want to try and help you tonight to kind of, really kind of build a foundation, get your discipline. You really have to be disciplined when you have a home business. It's real easy to get sidetracked. It's real easy to say, I'll do that later. Later never comes. Just do a lot of different things. So just want to try and give you some ideas on how to, really become better, have some better discipline and get some of those time management skills that that you all need. So looks like Paul may be coming back on here in a second. Paul, are you there? No, doesn't sound like it. I looked like he showed up there for a second. Oh, there he is.
Oh, boy. Nothing like playing with fire.
So I pretty much done all the intros and kind of went over what we're going to talk about tonight. So so where are you at tonight, Paul? I know you're in Arizona somewhere still at a McDonald's. But
cool. Yeah. Hey, guys and gals. It's Paul Charron, and tonight we're broadcasting, believe it or not, from a patio at a McDonald's in Wickenburg, Arizona. And the reason that's happening is because I'm driving in the middle of nowhere, and there is no Wi-Fi access. And I was going to do this on my phone, but we decided to try and find somewhere that had Wi-Fi so we could do that. And in Wickenburg, the exciting city of Wickenburg, McDonald's is the place. So that's why we're out here.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, I just kind of already did an intro, told them kind of how how we're all trained to go to lunch and breaks and show up to work on certain times, and that's kind of where we left off. So trying to let them know what that you got to really be disciplined, and it's really easy to get sidetracked when you have a home business. So.
Sure. And are we having a delay, Rod, or how's it working here?
No, it sounds good. I think you're doing fine.
Yeah, we seem to be fine. Okay, cool. There's a lot of people in here with their laptops. Like I said, I think it's the only place within 50 miles that has Wi-Fi. So, no, Rod's absolutely right, guys. If you think about the programming that we've really received since we were very young, a lot of it is, you get up for school at a certain time. You catch the bus at a specific time. You get to school and you do your lunch at a specific time. Then once you get to a job, then now that you're working that job at a specific time, you go to lunch at a specific time, and it's just programming after programming after programming about just always being told when to do what. And once you become an entrepreneur, all of that stuff changes or has to change. If it doesn't change and you're sitting at home waiting for someone to tell you to get started, you're going to have a little bit of a difficult time because there's nobody there.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's a pretty good quote from Jim Rohn on time management. He says, "We can no more afford to spend major time on minor things than we can spend minor time on major things." So, I mean, I think that's a really, really powerful quote, and really kind of ties in really well with our time management tonight.
Right. No, absolutely. And isn't it nice that you can always just look towards to Jim Rohn to give you a great quote to start off something like this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this Jim, I don't know. Jim Rohn's my man, so you know, I listen to him, pretty much on a daily basis. More so than just about anybody else. But I don't know. I just, I really like the way he really, I don't know. He really resonates with me. I guess that's really what it is. He's throws a little bit of humor. He's really got some and some different things. So he just
Right. For those of you who don't know, Rod has a man crush on Jim Rohn. Of course, Jim Rohn has passed a few years ago, but still, as far as his philosophies, his business sense and stuff like that, I agree, Rod. There's very few better, and most people copy him. So you'll hear even the new guys start to make quotes, and then you find out that later on that it was actually a Jim Rohn quote or something that you learned from Jim Rohn. So yeah, when you're on your own, guys, it's really important. Time management, especially, is really important to your business because I wish I could tell you that I'm an expert on time management. I'm not. I need to get better, and that's one of the reasons that we can talk with some sort of authority on this. Is that we can tell you that if you don't manage your time properly throughout your day, you're doomed to just flailing all day long or all week long, getting to the end of the week and then going, man, I didn't get anything done. You ever experience that, Rod?
I have no comment. Yeah, I mean it's so easy to get sidetracked because like I said, you get up from your desk, you're on a good roll, and you got laundry to do, and next door neighbor knocks on your door. The next thing you know, you're outside doing something, or you're in the garage doing something, and it's just so easy to get sidetracked, and that's why having having some sort of a written daily process and really being disciplined is really important. And it that doesn't come overnight, because you think, I've been in this job for all this time and it's been so structured, and now I feel free, and but if you if you get too many days in a row like that, you're going to find out that there's no money coming in either if you don't manage your time, because you still got to do the task. So
Right. So time management, guys. Obviously, there's different lengths of time. You have your daily planning, weekly planning, monthly planning, and then it starts to border on goal setting. So what we're talking about here in time management is a daily time plan, or even I guess weekly on the high side, Rod. But mostly we're talking about getting up in the morning or even the night before, whatever works best for you guys. Some of you folks are gonna work better by going the night before you go to bed, before you've got everything in your head right then and there of things that that you need to get done. That's a great opportunity, I think, to sit down, take out your day planner, and go, okay, here's the hours that you're going to work, and everybody's going to be different. I mean, somebody might like to start their day at 8 a.m. Not me. Some people.
Me either.
Some people like to start their day around 10 a.m. and we're getting warm, and then other people like to start their days around noon, and that's just about perfect for me. But whatever works for you, if you say, okay, I'm going to start my day tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., you whip out your day planner and you sit down and you go, okay, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to do X. And then you put in a 15-minute break. How long do you like to go, Rob, before you take a break? I mean, if you try to do 2, 3, 4 hours at a time, you think you're going to do that, it isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I try to work about 2 hours. It just, it really kind of depends really on what I'm doing, because there's a lot of things that it's just, it's really fun. You kind of get into it, and before you know it, I mean, 4 hours have passed. You got so much stuff done, and it's like I get up from my chair and I'm going, oh man, So I mean, 2 hours is pretty good, especially when you're staring at a computer screen. At least take a 5-minute walk or something, because you don't want to get stuck in the chair for 8 hours, because it's it's not good for your body anyway. But a
Right.
couple hours is good. I mean, it just really depends on what you're doing, because there's a lot of times I'm sitting here at the desk knocking some stuff out, and a few hours will go by and not even realizing it. So it just And there's some things that obviously we're doing that are kind of, you know, not near as fun as other things are. So it's easier to take sooner breaks,
Right.
when
No,
you're doing those things.
I agree.
So
If you get on a roll, obviously, and you're writing or you're doing something like that, and you wind up pounding stuff out for 2-3 hours or 4 hours, that's fine. But I think for the most part, what happens is that we in our heads, and this happens a lot. People think, I hear my friends all the time. Yeah, I worked 12 hours today. No, you didn't. We think that we put in a lot more time than we actually do. And if you actually, if you were to sit at your computer from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you were to work a full 12 hours during that day, you would get so much done. It would be insane. So that's really not possible for the most part. So what I really recommend is that you take at least a couple of hours, like you said, and then do a 15-minute break or something like that. Shake the cobwebs off for a half hour. Again, whatever you guys decide works for you, whether you want to do, 8 to 10, take a half-hour lunch or whatever, but make sure that you're consistent with it. Again, it's more, I guess it's part art, part science, because it's not like every single day is going to go the same way. You're going to have those days where you're hot, or like you said, Rod, you're going to get on the computer and you're going to be typing away, you're going to be doing blog posts, you're going to be creating video or doing whatever it is that you're doing, and time's going to fly by. And that's cool. If that happens, that's great, but there's also going to be other days where things just aren't going right, and you're having a hard time, you're getting writer's block, and you're just really not being very productive. That's the day when you need to have your time locked. Those are the days that you need to go, okay, I'm doing an hour, I'm not getting away from my desk until I get something done, and then I'm going to take a 15-minute break. And then from the next hour, I'm going to, maybe you don't certain days, maybe you don't have specific things written down on hour by hour, because again, that's kind of tough, but at least go, I am going to sit down and I'm going to do content creation for an hour and take a break, and then I'm going to do something else for an hour and take a break. But it's really important that you at least get in the habit of doing that. And if things change from one day to the next, that's cool. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the days, what I find anyways, it's the non-productive days, the days where you just don't feel like that you want to get stuff done. Those are the days where your time management really comes into play, where you just go, I have got to do this. I have made a promise to myself that I would do this content creation stuff for at least an hour in the morning before taking a break. Do it. Don't, like you said, it is, people are going, no, I've worked my job for 20 years. I can do this. Everybody says that until you're responsible for you. Man, the phone rings, or like you said, you hear the buzz. You decide you were going to throw some laundry in, you hear the buzzer go off, so, well, I might as well fold this while I'm at it. And then the next thing you know, you're in the garage working on stuff, and we talk about that all the time. I mean, I was really bad. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I would really be bad, and all of a sudden I'd be in the garage working on my motorcycle and going, well, wait a minute, I was supposed to be doing work today, but this is so much more fun. So it's really easy to do, and people think that it's just, oh no, I'm going to have my own business and I'm going to be so disciplined. If you're one of those people that are able to pull that off, hey, good on you. But I've really had to work hard at managing my time, and I still have a long way to go.
Yeah. So here's a little trick that I found that actually works pretty well. So try.
Okay, I'm going to take notes.
Everybody can try this on for size. So a lot of times you sit down at the desk and maybe you're not doing something that is, the funnest part of your business. Maybe you're sitting down and you're trying to create some content, or, write an email to your list, or whatever it is, and you're just having, sometimes we just have this mental block, right? Just can't figure out what to write. Nothing's really flowing. So what I found works for me is just get up and go do something that you completely hate to do. Like go scrub the toilets or something. And you'll be surprised how fast your mind will think of things, and then all of a sudden be able to come back to your desk and pound that stuff out. So it really, it seems kind of weird, but you got to go do something that you really hate to do, and it really twists your mind into getting back on board. So that's that's something that works for me anyway.
Dude, I like that. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah,
I'm
don't go
definitely gonna
work
have
on
to
your
try that.
motorcycle because that's fun. You got to do
Right.
something you dislike.
I dislike. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. There's not a lot of things I hate, but I'm sure I can figure. Like I said, toilet thing that could work for me because I'm just not a big fan of that. So that's a great tip. I really like that. That's really really cool. So what else, Rod? I mean, other than just setting specific times. Oh, and we kind of got off a little bit, but the night before or first thing in the morning is a great time to plan your day. I kind of, like I said, I like the night before when I've got all that stuff in my head about what has to be done, and then write that down then. And what you could always do is just maybe write it all down. You don't have to put it into a time slot, but maybe write down, okay, these are the things I need to get done for tomorrow. Like Rod and I, pardon my French, guys, we have a getting shit done list. A to-do list for me isn't a very strong enough list, and I learned that from Larry Wingett. Larry Wingett said, don't have a to-do list. A to-do list is like, well, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. A getting shit done list really says, this is the stuff that you need to get done. This has to be done. And again, I still need to get better than that. But what you do is the night before, write it all down. Then the next morning when you wake up, maybe you can say, okay, here's what I need to get done first. Here's what I need to get done second. And then set some times, allot some times to get that particular stuff done. Do you have another way, Rod? Do you like to do it by hour, or do you like to do the hour
Yeah,
by
no,
hour
I
thing?
mean, I don't necessarily like to do by the hour necessarily, but you got to put some sort of you do have to put some sort of time limit because otherwise you might just get stuck on that one task all day if you don't say, this needs to get done by 10 or 11 o'clock or whatever, or whatever time it is, so you can move on to the next thing. And getting back to that getting shit done list. Paul and I both really are kind of IT oriented more so, and we're IT people generally are more project based. So we ended up having to split that list up into daily tasks and project things, right? Because we always tend to want to gear towards the project things, which really aren't. They need to get done, but they're not productive from the things that really have to get done on a daily basis. I mean, they're things that will make our lives easier or things that we want to tweak, whatever the case is. We tend to go there, but now we've kind of separated that into two categories. So when everything in this left column is done, which is the daily tasks, then we can start attacking the things on the project list. And if either one of us get caught doing projects before the daily tasks, then we get a slap on the hand or punch in the face or whatever, So, I mean, anything that really works for you, it's, that's really the point is
Now,
you got to get whatever works for you,
now I know how that's supposed to work. Okay, the to-do, getting the shit done first, that's done first, and then projects. Okay. Now I think I've got it.
Hey, nobody's perfect in this world, man. Trust me. When you guys are working from home, you got to be super disciplined, and that doesn't happen overnight. Especially, like I said, when you've been working at a job for 5 years or 10 years or 30 years or whatever it is, and you decide to, start your business at home, it's sometimes it's really hard because you've been in this so structured lifestyle for so long, and now you feel kind of free. It's easy to, it's really easy to get sidetracked and kind of not come in the office one day or whatever the case is. But and that's all cool, but you just gotta, the cool thing about being online, whether you want to start at 8 o'clock or you want to start at noon, I'm one of those guys that I could work till 3, 4, 5 in the morning, no problem. But
Right.
starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, like I used to do for a job, and not so much anymore. Like I used to have a team of about 6 or 7 people that worked for me, and so I managed an IT staff at a hospital, and I used to go in early about 7. And I got more done between 7 and 8 before everybody showed up than I did the whole rest of the day.
Right.
So.
Right. Absolutely.
But anyway, so it's just real important to find something that works for you. Whether it's creating whether it's creating a list at night before you go to bed so that you already know what you got to do in the morning, whether you listen to some sort of personal development in the morning and then get inspired from that and create your list moving forward, whatever it is, it's just what works for you is what works. That's really the bottom line.
Right, right. I'm trying to mute my mic every now and then as well, Rod, so that you don't hear all this traffic and stuff coming in. But no, I agree with that. And you mentioned something there that was huge as well. When we're talking about scheduling, guys, we're not talking about just scheduling the work. Schedule those breaks and schedule your personal development stuff as well. Schedule listening to a CD, and that can help you as well. Let's say you're having a little bit of writer's block and you don't know what to get down on paper. Take that break. And your break could also be maybe 15 minutes of personal development listening or reading or something like that. That could be your break away from the computer, because it's your computer that you're going to get stuck on a lot when you're working from home, especially if you're marketing online like we do. The computer is going to be the one you get stuck on. Now, Facebook, a whole nother, guys, gals, get off of Facebook. I mean, if you're using it for marketing, absolutely do what you have to do, but then get the heck off of it. And it will time suck, and I'm guilty. We're not saying this for guys about beating everybody up that they shouldn't be doing this stuff, because we do it as well. But you really got to get off that and take a break from it, because I'll be on there, all of a sudden you're replying to a couple of people in Canada and or talking to friends of mine, and that's all right, guys. You want to be a part of a live internet show? No. Okay, we got a whole bunch of what are you guys, a team here, or what are you guys doing? We're North Point. We have a North Point girls team here. And
all right, how's it going?
So you guys can see yourselves online. And what's North Point? What do you guys do? You guys basketball? And did you guys win or lose tonight? What? Come on now, you guys are better than that. All right, you guys, better luck next game. So, yeah, don't talk to strangers, guys. It's bad. So, the North Point girls basketball team got things, and they don't get much stranger than me. So, that was strange. I'm like starting to get mobbed. But what the heck are we talking about? Oh, you got to take time out of your day as well to do that personal development stuff. And that can give you a break away from that computer. Oh, and Facebook. Facebook's the devil. And you need it for your business to market online, but man, you're replying to a couple things, you looked at a couple of pictures, next thing you know, you're watching a video, and an hour will go by like that. And again, I'm saying that from experience. It's not something that I'm saying that, I never do. But I'm telling you, it will kill your time management if you spend too much time on Facebook, Twitter, any of the social media stuff, unless it's part of your marketing and you go, okay, I'm going to spend an hour connecting with people on Facebook, joining groups, doing that sort of thing. If that's what your intent was, absolutely, but make sure that you stay focused on that as well, right, Rod? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. There's really two big things that I found that are total time suckers for me. Facebook is not my primary strategy, but I actually had to schedule time for Facebook. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon or evening, and that's it. Because otherwise, I had so much wasted time. So Facebook is a big time sucker if that's not your primary strategy. The other one is email. If every time that little ding goes off, you get an email and you're over there checking it all the time, it's another big time waster. So you got.
Oh my God, he's watching over my shoulder.
I typically do Facebook for an hour a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon. Same thing with email. Couple of times a day I'll go through and check everything, but those are really two, from what I found, two of the biggest time-sucking activities that can really suck you in and really waste a lot of time. And if you kind of do it in scheduled spots, you can get the same amount done in 30 minutes that it would have taken you 2 hours by just fiddle farting around, basically.
Right. I think that's a great tip, and even a different trick to that, guys. Don't check your email or do that stuff before you get work done. Maybe that's something. If you're addicted to that kind of stuff, maybe you use that as a as a carrot. Say, okay, first thing this morning, I need to at least do 2 hours of work, 2 hours of marketing, 2 hours of personal development, whatever it is, before I'm allowed to touch my Facebook or before I'm allowed to check any email. And that's what I've started doing. I don't turn my email on, Rod, until I've at least got an hour or more of work under my belt, because I'm horrible the whole email thing, because you think your email's gonna be a 5-minute reply, and then next thing you know, you might start shooting an email back and forth, and then it's completely out of control.
Yeah, and I can totally vouch for that because I send Paul emails all the time, and it's like, didn't you get that? No, I haven't really been in email today.
Right, right, or Facebook or whatever it is. But that's,
Yeah.
guys, this stuff will save your business and make such a huge difference if you just tweak a couple little things. And that's a huge one for me, is just do not touch your email. And my wife is, if she catches me doing my email first thing in the morning, she'll call me on it. Hey, I thought you weren't supposed to. Like, oh, okay, whoa, I'm jumping out, and just waiting to do that stuff that isn't going to make a difference anyways. Another big tip, I think, Rod, is always do or try to do stuff that's going to make you money making activities first, the other stuff second. And again, it's so much harder than it sounds, guys. And as long as you schedule it and make it so, it's going to make a whole lot of difference in your business. It just really is.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely what Paul said. I mean, if you're not doing money-making activities and you're running a home business, online business, whatever it is, then you're really not doing yourself justice. I mean, you got to be doing money-making activities and get those done first and foremost. And then if you want to go play around on Facebook for the next half the night, go for it. But make sure all of those things are done first, because it's really easy to have that gap in the middle where you're, doing non-money making activities, and then before you know it, it's time for bed, and it's like, I'll get it done tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, and, so, everybody pretty much knows what we're talking about, but, sometimes it's hard, it's a lot harder to implement than it is to talk about, obviously, so,
Right.
and it's taken both Paul and I, some time to get these things implemented also. So,
Right.
it's just a matter
Absolutely.
of the biggest thing is just doing, taking action on whatever strategy you're doing, and use whatever method that works for you. That's really the important thing. So.
Right. So what we're going to leave you with, guys, is it's something that I learned at the T. Harv Eker Millionaire Mindset Seminar. And Rod and I talked about it the other night, is that poor and broke people, all they're thinking about is now and today. And middle class people and upper middle class people, they think about next week and next month. And the wealthy people think and plan. Plan is another big thing. They plan for a year or 3 or 5 or even 10 down the road. So part of becoming better at your home-based business, part of just becoming better in life in general, is starting to make a plan, starting to get out of now, get into planning your day first, then get better at planning. Once you get better at planning your days, plan your weeks, and then once you get better at planning your weeks, start making some more long-term. And again, like you said, we start to get out of time management. Once you get into a week or a month or 2 months down the road, you start getting into goal setting. But that stuff is really important, is to get your time management skills down pat, and then start to increase your time management into more goal management and get goal oriented, so that you can project the time that you need to do various things way out into the future, and that's going to make a whole bunch of difference in your business. So make sure you're at least planning your days to start, guys.
Yeah, brings me back to something that I always hear Jim Rohn say. You got to think winter in the summer, and you got to think summer in the winter.
Right. I heard that the other day, dude. I thought that was great. He said, about squirrels, right? All summer long, squirrels think winter, 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 and they're stuffing for their nuts away for the winter. And he said the same thing. People need to do that. He goes, you can't think summer all summer because winter's coming, and you're not going to be ready for it. That's huge. I love that. It was a really neat lesson by Jim Rohn, I thought.
Yeah, no,
And
absolutely.
how did you say
It's
he said
easy.
it?
It's easy to get faked out.
It's easy to get faked out. So how did he say it again? You got to think winter in the summer and summer in the winter.
Yep.
Right, right. No, I love that. I think that's great. So that's all we've got, guys. And I know we got a little sidetracked there with the South Point or North Point basketball team or whatever that was, um, but time management, a really important skill. And again, there are a ton of books on this kind of stuff all over everywhere. I mean, you can get them on Amazon or down to your local bookstore. Now, I have people a lot of times, Rod, say, "Well, I can't afford books." Get a library card. Their books are free. You can get a library card. You go to your local library. They have a huge business section for the most part. No matter, if you're in a smaller town, it's a little bit tougher to find good business books. But guys, library is a huge resource of not only books, but they have audio CDs as well. You take it in your computer. You can download some audio CDs. They have video. They have all kinds of stuff at the local library. So don't think that you have to buy this stuff if you're just getting started and you don't have the cash. Make sure you use a lot of the free resources that you have, and YouTube. You can learn. Man, Rod, I think you could learn brain surgery on YouTube.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say that, if you're broke and you're lazy, go to YouTube, man. There is nothing on YouTube that you cannot find.
Right, right. Google the Evening Buzz, and then whatever you're looking for. We might even have some training on it. And if not, send us connect with us on Facebook, guys. As we get ready to leave here, facebook.com/The Evening Buzz, and drop in any questions or comments that you have, something that you maybe want us to cover, something that you're having a hard time finding a book for. We may even know a resource where you can get information on it, or theeveningbuzz.com, right, Rod? That takes them directly to our Facebook page as well.
Yep, theeveningbuzz.com also takes you directly to our Facebook page also. And
so yeah, you can.
And let's see, tomorrow. What are we talking about tomorrow night? I think.
Well, I already wanted to talk about that tonight. So tomorrow night we're actually going to start talking with we're going to talk with the network marketing folks about the pyramid objection and why they might be getting that objection and how they can combat that objection and why it's just really a ridiculous objection.
Right.
But
yep, how to crush the pyramid objection. It's really
right.
When the way that we're going to break it down, you're going to think, oh my God, this is so friggin' simple.
Right, and a lot of it is the way that you're presenting your business, guys. So if you're in the network marketing industry, tomorrow night's a really important show for you because that's kind of the one that I hear the most. That people, the whole no time, no money thing, guys. Those are easy, and we'll get to those another time. But everybody seems to hear that pyramid objection, and we'll go through that tomorrow night. So. Guys, that's all I've got, Rod. So, it's Paul Charron, and I'm going to be signing off here from Wickenburg, Arizona, on the patio of the exciting McDonald's here. And you can close it out, bud. What else do they need to know?
Yeah, I mean, just connect with us on Facebook at theeveningbuzz.com, and we're here Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And tell all your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
See you guys.
Good night.